Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to Real Talks. And I'd like to welcome back my co-host, Kyle. How are we doing, Kyle?
Good. How are you, David?
Good. So we got a lot to get to today. Hope everybody had a good and safe weekend. And we got a lot stuff to get to today. A lot of stuff. So, let me ask you, Robert, right off the top, Kyle. Did you do anything interesting?
I saw Avatar, the re-release of Avatar in IMAX 3D, which is something that I've never done before. I saw it when it came out in theaters, but just in regular... I saw it in 3D, but I didn't see it in IMAX 3D. And that's a whole other beast in itself. And boy, when I tell you, David, it was mesmerizing. Just by the time my friend and I walked out of that theater, we were just stunned and shook, and it felt like we had just watched, one of the greatest classics in cinematic history. So
nice. Yeah, no, I know I have to see it, and I know it's out for another couple days.
Clock's a ticking.
I know.
We got this last week. This is the last week. And for any of our viewers watching, Avatar is playing. It was only playing for 2 weeks, and this is the last week in its run before it's taken out of theaters. And I would assume it will drop on Disney Plus in a couple of weeks, because right now it's been taken off of Disney Plus to play in theaters. So,
that makes complete sense. Okay, so let's dive into what we got today. So right off the top, everybody knows for the last 8 or 9 months of what happened to Will Smith at the Oscars. And so, the Academy put down their sentence and basically said that he was banned from the Academy for 10 years, which a lot of people, said only 10 years and whatever else. But, it's bigger than him not going to the Oscars. That means he couldn't actually attend Academy events and do junkets and everything else. So he apologized and he laid low. And now, 6 months later, we really hadn't heard anything from him. A lot of projects either got put on hold or they got pushed back because of what happened. So just today, there was a brand new trailer put out by Apple Plus. So there was a project put out that he was working on. It was called Emancipation. And so Apple Plus actually got the rights to it. And so the first trailer came out today. And so there was some discussion whether they were going to do this for this Oscar season or next Oscar season. But there was the debate also of, because you do have Killers of the Flower Moon, and you do have, I believe, Napoleon coming out next year. And so, do they really want to put it all in 1 year, or do that? So they actually put out the trailer today for this film, Emancipation. I don't know, did you happen to see it, Kyle?
I did see it, and I thought it looked interesting. We didn't really get a sense of how good Will Smith is going to be in this movie. It's a very, I'd say, teaser-like trailer that doesn't exactly give you much plot, but kind of sets the tone and the mood of the trailer. And I could see Will Smith, getting an awards nomination for this film, but it's just one of those movies that, personally, just based on the trailer, I don't know if I'd want to see it. It especially doesn't look like a fun time at the movies. It looks like quite the heavy drama. And I think what's really captivating me to see the movie is Antoine Fuqua directing, because he's kind of a hit and miss director where he can turn in some great work, whether it's Training Day, but at the same time, he can also turn in one of the worst remakes in the history of film, which is The Magnificent Seven. And I think that I liked to see Antoine Fuqua take on this more serious approach at this movie. It reminds me of like more of the Training Day Antoine Fuqua, but at the same time, it does worry me because he also is a bit of a hit and miss director, and I don't know. So, did you see the trailer?
Yes, so I watched the trailer. I mean, the trailer was only about, as you said, it was more of a teaser trailer. It was only about 90 seconds. So you got the director right on. So this is actually going to be premiering in theaters on the 2nd of December. And it's going to be streaming on Apple Plus starting the next week, December 9th. So this actually had a 2022, so it was actually a 2022 original release. I mean, we're coming up at the end of the year. But they thought, as I said, they thought about delaying it to 2023 because of what happened. So, you know, so it's based on a photograph. And so it's actually a story about a slave who actually is trying to get back to their family. And so, you know, it looks powerful. It looks like this could be like 12 Years a Slave kind of movie, or a Birth of a Nation, you know, in that genre and everything else. It's interesting. I gotta say, I'm intrigued by it. I'm gonna see it, obviously. I'm really curious to see if this is one of those. So basically, it's about a slave, okay, Will Smith, known as Whipper Peter. And after he finds photographs of scarring on his back are distributed to show the brutality of slavery, the film follows Smith's character as he navigates the swamps of Louisiana to escape the plantation owners that nearly killed him. So I'm going to see this, obviously. I think this is, as I said, going to have a 12 Years a Slave or a Birth of a Nation kind of feel to it. I enjoyed both those movies. I'm really curious to see where this goes. I'm wondering if this is just a one major star in Will Smith and some other supporting actors, or who this other cast is going to be. So I'm interested. I'm finding it. So I guess my question to you, Kyle, is, do you think they should have waited? Or do you think this was the right move for Apple Plus?
I think it's the right move because, I mean, I feel like if they did wait like another year, honestly, it feels like the same conversation would be going up again. And look at what happened with The Flash and Ezra Miller. I feel like they gotta just rip the Band-Aid off quick right now, and then they'll be done with it, have the movie out. And I mean, Will Smith's been banned from attending the ceremony for 10 years. So
But to your point, though, that doesn't mean he could actually still win an Oscar.
he can, but like,
But it's unlikely.
it doesn't. I mean, I don't see. I mean, unless they're thinking that, oh, maybe the Academy voters, since it's so soon since the last year, they might feel hesitant to vote for him. But I feel like they'd be in the same position the year after if they wait to release it. And who knows if this movie is even, that good. Because, I mean, we've seen most recently in this the award season movies that people have been wondering about, Amsterdam, Blonde, they've been getting quite terrible reviews, and a lot of their awards chances have kind of dissipated. Even Don't Worry, Darling, since the when they were announced. So who knows? Emancipation might be another one of them.